although I'm sick, I'm literally getting so hyped up because I'm so ready for these 2021 releases because wow, the taste. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and turn on your post notifications because it is Bookmas. And even though I'm failing Bookmas at the moment, I'm gonna come back with more videos to make it up to y'all because December has definitely been a month. As I currently film, I'm literally feeling so under the weather, but y'all deserve a video and I can't put it off any longer. So here we are. If I sound super hoarse or I just lose my train of thought completely, blame it on the Benadryl. But as December winds down, and as you can see by the title of today's video, I'm gonna be sharing my 7 most anticipated releases for 2021. I am so excited for them because all of the books that I'm gonna be mentioning, except for one, are actually continuations of series that I've already started. So y'all know me, I love my series, and I'm just super excited to get into them. So without further ado, I'm Christine, and this is Editorial Edge. Okay. I am so excited for the first book that I'm mentioning, and I hope you all are too, because book 1 on my list is A Court of Silver Flame by Sarah J. Maas. No, I had a December TBR list, and if you haven't watched that video, it's going to be linked right here and in the description box. But, of course, my lovely friends had to draw me in to reading ACOTAR for the first time. Because if you've seen my Crescent City vlog, which is also linked up here and in the description box, that was my first Sarah J. Maas book that I've read ever, and I just needed more. This past Monday, I did a 24-hour readathon with Mel from Mel Reads, Jaleesa from The Name's Jaleesa, Kristen from Books and More with Christian G, and Molly from Mind of Molly. And although I don't have the vlog footage of that, know that I had the most spectacular time because I also read ACOTAR for the first time. After ACOTAR, I also could not get enough, so I binged the entire series. I started and finished ACOTAR on that Monday, started ACOMOF and finished ACOMOF that Tuesday, and I just finished ACOWAR yesterday. And let me tell you, I'm probably sick because I did not sleep because I was up reading those books. I was thoroughly addicted. But I say that all to say, I am so excited for the 4th book of this series, A Court of Silver Flames. Book 4, we actually follow Nesta, who is Feyre, the main character in the ACOTAR series. Nesta is her sister, and now she's trying to figure out her place as a new Fae in the world because she was at first a human. Also super excited because in book 4, we also get to follow Nesta and Cassian, who is also one of the main characters in the series, and see if their bond blossoms into something or if it turns into detriment. Because as Nesta goes on this self-discovery as a new Fae, the world also is at stake, and there are things happening that is crumbling the peace that they have now forged. Obviously, I'm just way too excited because I just need more. I'm literally trying to stop myself from not reading ACOMOF again because clearly I have other books I need to read in December on my actual TBR list, but I digress. The excitement doesn't die down yet because I'm super excited for this second book because this is the 3rd release from the From Blood and Ash series by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is A Crown of Gilded Bones, and I am so ready for this book to release. I've also made a complete review of From Blood and Ash and A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, which has also become one of my favorite books in 2020, and I'll link that review up here and in the description box for you. But I am so ready for this book to come out. I was ready yesterday. I needed it in my inbox yesterday, and that's that on that. But basically, book 3 follows Poppy and Castile, who are the 2 main characters in the series. Now she finds out the kingdom that Castile is now ruling over is also rightfully hers. But of course, in order to claim her throne and her rightful place in the kingdom, she has to make an adventure with Castile in going to the king and finding out the truths that are still missing. So needless to say, I'm ready. The next book that I'm going to be mentioning is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare, which is book 2 in her The Last Hour series. In book 2, we follow Cordelia, who is the main protagonist of the series, who is now betrothed to her longtime crush and friend James. And this marriage only exists because James, as being a loyal friend to Cordelia, doesn't want her to ruin her reputation after what happened in book 1. To make this even more tragic, James is in love with Grace Blackthorn. Y'all know how I feel about Grace. If you don't, watch the video because I clearly tell you. Honestly, she's making it on the top of my list of names that I will not mention on this channel any more than I should, because wow, I literally hate her. All of this is going down, there's an impending war and doom coming into the land, and of course Cordelia, James, and all the other main characters now need to come up with a task to save the world from actual hell. So needless to say, I'm excited and I can't wait to figure out what happens, because wow, being married to your crush but it not actually being real, tragic, sis. The next book that I'm mentioning is actually one that I'm still trying to decide if I'm excited for it or not. Given that this is one of my most viewed videos on my channel, I am going to be reading Covet by Tracy Wolff next year. Now, y'all know that I was a die-hard Crave fan. I did an entire 7-hour live stream reading Crush when it just came out. And when I tell y'all that book put me in the longest slump I have ever been in. I was thoroughly disappointed with Crush after loving Crave. I just haven't even spoken about how I felt about Crush and why I felt that way, because it honestly doesn't even need to be mentioned. But alas, here we are. Covet, book 3 of this series, is coming out. And I have decided to read it because I honestly love the cover of this book, and y'all know me and covers. It's a toxic trait of mine at this point. But in Covet, we follow Grace, who is the main protagonist, as she finishes her final year in high school. And this isn't just any high school, this is a high school filled with a whole bunch of supernaturals, including witches, werewolves, vampires, all of that. She's in the middle of a love triangle between Jackson and Hudson, and she's also found herself in the middle of complete chaos because people are getting arrested, things are happening, there are evil powers coming after them. So of course, high stakes, decisions need to be made, and that is what book 3 is going to be about. Does the synopsis of this book interest me? I really can't even decide that right now, but nonetheless, I'm reading it. I told y'all about it. Let me know if you're going to be reading it in the comments below, because it's going to be out there. But okay, on to the next book. A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmerer is coming out in 2021. This is also the 3rd book to a series. Book 1 was A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which was a Beauty and the Beast retelling. In book 3, we're following the same 3 main characters, Wren, Harper, and Gray. And in the timeline of this book, Emberfall, which is the kingdom at stake, is now crumbling because they're trying to see who the rightful ruler is after what happened in book 2. At this point in time, Gray is now trying to attack Emberfall if Wren doesn't give up the kingdom, and that leaves Harper trying to meddle and figure out how we can have some peace between the 2 friends who are now enemies. This series is super cute. It's a very quick read, and I just love the story for what it is. So needless to say, I'm really excited, and I just can't wait to figure out what happens. Okay, the second to last book that I have on my list is called Lore by Alexandra Bracken. But I'm super excited for this because it actually is a book that talks about Greek gods, and I love talking about Greek mythology, and I just need more books that fit that category. So if y'all have any recommendations for me in that category, leave them in the comments below. In this book, 9 Greek gods are punished for having a rebellion and are forced to take on a human form on Earth, and they are being hunted by divine powers who are trying to kill them off, basically. Lore, one of the main characters and one of the Greek gods, doesn't really care for this hunting season that's upon them. However, her friend Athena and Castor come to her with concerns about their lives, and she's basically forced to decide if she wants to ally with them and help them end this feud and battle that's going on between the Greek gods and these divine powers that are hunting them, or whether or not she just wants to leave it alone. I'm super excited about this. I have seen some people already receive the arc of this and they rated it 4 or 5, so I have very high expectations, and it just needs to come faster, okay? And the last book on my 2021 most anticipated reads is A Song of Storms and Silence by Roseanne Brown. This is book 2 of the Songs of Raised in Ruins series. And in this book, we follow Karina, who is one of the main characters, as she has now found herself as a fugitive, needing to find a sanctuary and allies to help her find her place back in the kingdom. And the last book, which I have yet to read, by the way, but I'm going to read it before I read this book, obviously. Her adopted brothers took her throne, and so now she has to make choices that get her throne back. There's a bunch of family drama in this book, and basically everyone's trying to fight their own battles as to how to move forward with the kingdom and how they fit in. But of course, as they go through their own little battles, they are also responsible for the kingdom, which is now hanging by a thread if they don't make a decision quick. But okay, everyone, that is my top 7 most anticipated releases of 2021. I'm so excited for all of these releases, and I can't wait for the new year and what it comes with. I want to take time to say thank you to everyone who has supported this channel. I just can't believe that I started this channel, 6 months ago, and now we've grown into 830 people. My mind is completely blown, and I am so thankful for each and every one of you. Y'all are so loved and so appreciated. I just love this little book family we've turned into. But that's all from me. Don't forget to like, share, and comment while you're down there. Tell me what one is your most anticipated release of 2021. But okay, y'all, until next time, bye!